Right, okay, fan reaction time then. Manchester United 1, Burnley 1, and that is a massive point for us. It really, really is. I've seen a few people disappointed that we didn't win, and I get that because we were the better side and we deserved to win. And we're going to need to turn one of these draws into a win at some point. We can't just draw our way to survival. Well, I guess could we? No, we couldn't. We need to win one. But, yeah... Look, I'm happy with the point. I am happy with the point. It's a massive point for us at somewhere like Old Trafford. I know they're not as good as they used to be, but it's still a difficult place to go, especially for a team down at the bottom. Let's not forget, we're in 19th and have been shocking pretty much all season up until mid-March. Well, up until Muric and Cullen came back into the team, to be fair. But for us to get a point there at Old Trafford and to just tick a little bit closer to Forest, because they're going to be looking over their shoulders at us, and obviously Luton. Let's not forget about Luton. But they're going to be looking over their shoulder at us and thinking, fucking hell, they've drawn. We need to get something now. And we have what we've done here is we have put pressure on Forest, and pressure's massive. And I think the year we went down under Dyche is because we got off to such a bad start, and then that put pressure on us. That's why you saw the likes of Ben Mee and Tarke, these really good defenders that we had, making mistakes and just not, playing as good as they had done in the previous season, because pressure was on them, because we needed to then start winning games to close that gap. Whereas Forest obviously don't need to close a gap, but they will be looking over the shoulders at us, and there will be, obviously, you might be watching this after the Man City game. Obviously, Forest play Man City tomorrow at home. Forest could pull something out the bag. I doubt it very much, but Forest will be looking at us, and I know they play Sheffield United, and I know it's pretty much a given 3 points, and I feel like the same, but it could just put a bit of pressure on them. If we keep winning or keep picking up these little points, it could just keep putting this little bit of pressure on them where they slip up to the point where all we need to do, and everybody knows this, so I'm not even saying something great big words of wisdom here, but all we need to do is get to within 2 points of them on the final day. Obviously, the goal difference is effectively a point, so we just need to get to within 2 points of them on the final day, so that when we beat them, fingers crossed, we go above them on the final day. And yeah, we might end up looking like we need a favour off Sheffield United here, but I think we can get at Newcastle. We're playing so well at the minute, to the point where if we'd have been playing this well at the start of the season, could you imagine if these last 8 games where we've only lost 1, there's been too many draws in there admittedly, but if these last 8 games where we've only drawn 1 was at the start of the season, could you imagine the press that we were getting? We'd probably be about 9th or 10th, somewhere like that, and people are like, yeah, we expected this on Burnley, they're coming up, and then we'd just kick on, because we wouldn't have this pressure and all this tinkering from Vincent and him making all the mistakes he made earlier in the season. But we're at the stage now where we are playing very, very, very well, and the Spurs game's probably going to be a little bit too much for us. You never know, we've got points at United and Chelsea, and we should have got a point at Villa. So, we are capable, but I think with Spurs probably needing to win that to catch up to 4th, who will probably be Villa at that point, they'll probably just put us to the sword, I think, to be fair. So we need to get something from this Newcastle game again. And I genuinely think we can do it. Like, what I wanted from the 3 games leading up to this Forest game was 4 points. We've got one of them now. And that's because I'm expecting Forest to beat Sheffield United. We could beat Newcastle and then they could get beat by Sheffield United. I know it's unlikely, because Sheffield United are atrocious. We got spanked again today. But they're down now, so they've got no pressure, nothing to fear. They're just playing for freedom. Remember that year we went down in 2009 and then we spanked Spurs on final day of the season? Weren't we 2-0 down? And then we spanked them 4-2. Hopefully Sheffield United can do that. Hopefully Sheffield United can do that for us. But we won't need them to anyway if we beat Newcastle. Because then I think they're playing Chelsea and then they've got us on the final day. And in between they've got the game at Bramall Lane, I think it is. But yeah, I'm talking too much about the permutations of relegation rather than the actual match. But yeah, let's talk about the actual football match, shall we? Man United 1, Burnley 1. I'm just getting lost in my own head thinking about it all. I'm sure you all are as well. But first 10-15 minutes started slowly, didn't we? United were probably the better side at that point. They were coming at us and playing quite well, but then we managed to turn it around and become the better side, and probably should have won the game because we had quite a few chances. And obviously Foster's gone clean through on goal. where he probably should have scored that one, should Lyle. Like, it's with Lyle, when he goes clean through on goal, you expect him to score, and I was just expecting him to score. He got the one at Luton, didn't he, when he went clean through on goal? He got the one at Villa when he went clean through. Or did he get a couple there? I can't remember. But I just expected him to score. He's not been great recently, has Lyle. It's probably been a long season for him. I'm not in terms of physically, but obviously mentally as well. He'll be tired from everything. So I'm not going to criticise him too much. But he probably should have scored that one. Fofana was a little bit quiet again. But other than that, I thought every man were pretty decent. Obviously, Sander played quite well. I know he made the mistake for the goal. But again, I'm not going to criticise Sander because I do think he's probably our player this season. I just don't know who else you could probably give it to. Somebody made a comment on one of the live streams recently that it should be Dara O'Shea. And I won't go that far, but Dara was fantastic again today. When Dara doesn't make his weekly mistake or get sent off for making his weekly mistake, he's fantastic, and he showed again today how much he's come on. And I genuinely believe him in the Championship will be a beast. And again, I'm going to digress again a bit here, but I've seen comments recently as well on Twitter about how we'll struggle in the Championship next year and stuff like that. If we go into the Championship playing how we are playing now, I promise you we don't struggle next year. The only thing that worries me about next year is another flash sale and all these players being sold again, and then we could end up losing Odegaard, Corley Orshaw, Foster. Obviously, Fofana's going to go back. We might not sign JBL. Trezor will probably go. All that sort of stuff. That does worry me if we have to sign a completely new team again. But if we take the majority of this team into the Championship, we'll be fine. We'll be fine because we're playing so well at the minute. But yeah, going back to the game again. Played well, better side as a whole, in my opinion. We deserved to win the match, and not only did we deserve to win the match, we should have won it as well. This has been, and I say this a lot, like even now we are playing better, we are still making the same mistakes that we've made all season. Not putting our chances away, shooting ourselves in the foot. You saw both of that today at Old Trafford. Obviously, Foster's missed a chance. And Sanders give the ball away for the goal. But I know I've tweeted about it, and I'm not mad. I'm even thinking about creating a TikTok. Mad's not the wrong word, but I'm not annoyed by it. But I'm even thinking about creating a TikTok. I won't. I can't be bothered, and I'm far too old for that. But I don't understand what United fans are whinging about. The Onana incident is a penalty. It smacks him in the face. That's a foul anywhere else on the pitch. Say, for example, if you go in for a challenge after the ball's gone and you take the player, it's a foul, right? So that's a penalty. I don't see what they're complaining about. Then there's the two dives that, was it Garnacho did? Garnacho or Anthony, I can't remember them. I get them two mixed up in my head. I don't know why. Very similar looks and styles and attitudes, and both pricks. And then there's that. The only one they have a case with, it's not a penalty before you jump on there, but the only one they have a case with is that Vitinho one. Not because I think it's a penalty, but because I've seen them given incorrectly this season. And I think they had one just last week, didn't they, against Coventry with the Wan-Bissaka handball. So I can understand their frustrations with that that non-penalty. But these other ones were incorrectly given. This one has now been correctly given as a not penalty. Was there any more? Oh yeah, I saw a few of them whinging about the Odegaard challenge. Never a red. Come on, he got booked for it, and then Anthony did the same thing 15 minutes later. Don't screenshot that one, do they? But yeah, I digress again. Going back to the match. Yeah, we were the better side, deserved to win on the balance of play, should have won if we had put our chances away and we didn't make any silly mistakes. Muric played well though again, to be fair. He's been fantastic, and since coming back in the side. Like we told you, people were giving a shit for saying drop Trafford. And to be fair, I stopped whinging about it because I just felt like I'm pissing in the wind. There's no point because he's not going to get dropped. And obviously eventually he gets dropped. And we're just so much better with Muric in there. I know he made the mistake against Everton. I know he made the mistake against Brighton. And if it weren't for them two mistakes, we have what, an extra 1 point against Brighton and 1 point against Everton and 2 against Brighton. So we have an extra 3 points. So I get that frustration, but he's been so much better. And it's not just him as well, it's Cullen, isn't it? He's been fantastic. He were great again today. I think my man of the match was probably Dara, but I'd understand if a few people gave it to Muric or Cullen, because he were fantastic. I thought Sander were great, but obviously making that error that leads to a goal, it kind of defuncts any good performance, doesn't it? Or that's what I've been saying about Dara all year. But again, Dara fantastic today. He will be a beast next year in the Championship. But yeah, could have won, Should have won. Shame we shot ourselves in the foot. Shame we couldn't put our chances away. But Burnley are getting better. We can get a result against Newcastle at home. Turf behind us. Crowd behind us. Everyone buzzing. Playing well. Newcastle don't have too much to play for now. I don't think they can probably get top 6. I've not looked at the league table yet up there, to be honest, just down at the bottom. So, yeah, we can go into this and we can do it. We can do it. Do I think we'll do it? Probably not. I think there's too much that we need to do, but we can do it, and we need to believe, and we need to go into these final few games believing that we can do it. I think we can, but I think we'll just fall short. I don't know. I need to stop thinking about it. It's gonna drive me mad. But yeah, could have won, should have won. Shame about the goal that we gave away, but up the Clarets. We're getting better, and we can do it. We can beat Newcastle next week. And Sheffield United fans, if you're watching this, do us a favour, please, and beat Forest. Up the Clarets.